Danny was riding east on Hempstead Turnpike on a Saturday morning. Clear day, light traffic, doing maybe 35 in the right lane. Then his front tire dropped into a pothole the size of a dinner plate. Pothole motorcycle accident at 35 miles an hour doesn't look dramatic from the outside, but Danny went over the handlebars, hit the pavement shoulder first, and slid into the curb. Collarbone broken before he even knew what happened. And that pothole had been there for months. What I'm going to walk you through today could change everything if this ever happens to you. Here's what most riders don't understand about road hazards. When you're in a car and you hit a pothole, you get a jolt, maybe a flat tire, maybe some rim damage. On a motorcycle, that same pothole can kill you. 2 wheels instead of 4. No seatbelt, no airbag, no steel cage around you. A 3-inch lip where a manhole cover sits uneven, a steel plate left from a construction last month, a patch of broken pavement that's been crumbling since spring. Any one of those can send you to the hospital or worse. And the thing that drives me crazy is that most of these hazards don't appear overnight. They develop over weeks or months. The city knows about them. Neighbors have been calling 311 about them. Other drivers have been swerving around them, and nobody fixes them until somebody gets hurt. Now here's the part that most riders never find out until it's too late. You can actually go after the city for this. I know that sounds like it shouldn't work, but in New York, the city has a legal obligation to maintain safe roads. When a road defect puts a rider down and the city knew about it and did nothing, there's a real path to holding them accountable. The catch is you have to move fast, and I mean fast. In New York, claims against a government entity run on a completely different clock than regular injury cases. You have 90 days from the date of the accident to file something called the notice of claim. Not from when you hire a lawyer, not from when you get out of the hospital, from the day you went down. If you miss that window and your options get severely limited, in many cases, they close entirely. I've talked to riders who thought they had 3 years, same as any other accident. And by the time they called me, it was month 4. That's a painful conversation. The other thing working against you is that cities fix road defects fast after accidents. That pothole that put you in the hospital could be patched by Monday morning. Once it's filled, the physical evidence of what caused your crash is gone. So, if you're able to move after a crash, take photos before you leave. The pothole, the broken pavement, whatever threw you. Wide shots to show where you are, close-ups of the defect, the street signs. If there's no warning sign where there should be one, photograph that too. Use your GPS tag, and if you can, go back the next day before they fix it. Get witnesses if there are any. File a police report even if the officer doesn't note the road condition specifically. That report puts a timestamp and location on record, and that matters. I want to hear from you on this. Have you gone down because of a road defect, a pothole, an uneven plate, something the city let go too long? Tell me in the comments, where did it happen? And what did the road look like? I read every one of them. Here's the thing about how cities handle this. They're not going to reach out after an accident and say they knew about the pothole for 6 months. They're going to fill it, close the work order, and move on. What you do in the first few days after a crash on a bad road is often the difference between having something to work with and having nothing. The riders who photograph the scene, who get a report on file, who make a call early, those are the riders who actually have options. Drop your worst road hazard story in the comments. I want to know where it happened and what the city did about it. Now, if you ride in traffic around New York, my next video covers how to deal with tailgaters on a motorcycle and what your options are when one of them finally hits you. Link is right here. So if you need to talk to somebody who rides and understands these cases, visit ridingcounsel.com. Ride safe.